Guys, what are we going to talk about this evening? Well, we're going to talk about this Jelly Jerry design Tucson TS223, and I like this a lot. There was a handful of the knives that Jared sent that I like a lot, but we're not going to talk about it anymore right now. You guys are going to listen to a little bit of music. So, like I said, this is a really nice design, comfortable in hand kind of thing. So I decided I wanted to do a first day in pockets since I like that Miguron so much, and I get to pick and choose which knives I put in my pocket and win. So yeah, I put this in my pocket yesterday after the live feed. So for you guys, that would be, I honestly don't know what day this is going to go up. So the Monday live feed, I talked about this knife and it was going in pocket, and I didn't sleep very much that night, so I was up and I was messing with it. But it's been in my pocket for it's almost 4 o'clock now. So it's been in my pocket all day and part of last night. So guys, let's turn this around and take a good look at this really attractive design from Tucson's. All right, guys, this is the Jelly Jerry design Tucson's TS223, and I wanted to point out first and foremost, I love that satin, that burger grinder satin that you've got on this. So this thing came in from Jared. This is in 14C28N, carbon fiber titanium, and you can see that distinct Tucson's pivot. I have not looked anything up on this yet, price or anything, but I'm going to tell you right now, I really like this design. I like this big, broad, bellied blade. Now, there are some knives that have too acute of a belly, and sometimes I like a straighter blade, but there are a lot of times that this is just a really good blade shape. This knife is going to be very good for sweep cutting and cutting around things and draw cutting. It's just that big belly is going to allow you to definitely do some sweeping cuts and get some material moved. The fact it's in 14C28 and is great. This thing so far in pocket has been a dream. I've been carrying it all day. I haven't felt real great today, so I have basically been in track pants all day. So this is great in and out of a thin pair of pants. But I did have jeans on yesterday when we did the live feed, so I had this in pocket. Pocket clip seems to be about perfect. I like the milled, leaving the milling on that sculpted blade, or on that sculpted pocket clip. And it has some unique, I don't know what you want to call it. That looks reptilian-esque. Carbon fiber seems to be done really well. It's nice and light. It is a bolster lock, just the same as the knife that we just did yesterday or the day before, which was the Oaks Osprey EDX. So this is a really attractive knife. I've done a little bit of cutting with it, not much. I had to cut up some cardboard. I had some packages that came in that my family had sent me, and I cut them up and put them in the recycling bin. This does seem to cut incredibly well. It's 14C, and Jared has done a really good edge on this. I'd imagine that's probably about a 3,000 grit edge that he's done on that. 14C is one of those steels that will still stand up to a fairly high grit and maintain its tooth without having to do anything special for aesthetics. In hand, like I said, it's great in a pinch cut. I was using it to cut some cardboard and stuff earlier, and it cut really well. I actually cut some onions with this for what I'm making for supper tonight, and it cut pretty well. It's a little thick for kitchen tasks. It's not horribly thick, but it's a little thicker than I would want for most kitchen tasks, mostly back towards the spine and everything. Nice distal taper on this. This blade comes down nice and acute. It's not horribly thick, but it's a little bit thicker than kitchen stuff. Now, a lot of people have been commenting like, hey, I want you, why don't you show cardboard cut tests? I think I've mentioned this before. I do not enjoy cardboard cut test. I don't like watching it, and therefore I'm not going to edit. I don't want to have to watch it. I just don't find it interesting, and therefore I don't want to edit it. So if I film it, I'd have to edit it, and therefore I'd have to watch it. I don't want to. So, that's fine. Jared does cut tests and stuff on his channel every once in a while. You can follow that. So does Outdoor 76, or I think Outpost 76, something like that, does some cut tests. But Yeah, all in all, this thing so far, first day in pockets, has been great. I was kind of concerned that this was going to be kind of in the way and be a hotspot, but it's not. Your fingers are right behind it, and it's great. I'm wondering about sharpening. I haven't talked to Jared. I don't know if he had any issues. Sometimes these just circle choils aren't enough, but it looks like it's far enough out because of the angle of the grind. So your primary grind comes up here and leaves you that big area where it's not getting thick. I don't see any wide spot on that edge or anything. So I don't think it's going to be an issue sharpening, if I even have to sharpen this at all. The last couple knives I had in 14C28N, only one of them ever needed resharpening. So I will tell you, I have noticed, I think I find the edge on 14C28N, well, actually I was going to say on DC53, really similar to the edge that 14C takes, which, so if you guys like that kind of edge, you're going to like that Miguron when I get around to doing the full review. But like I said, Jelly Jerry's designs, this is a really attractive knife. It's got a nice broad thickening down here, so it doesn't feel unstable in your hand. Sometimes you'll have a knife and it feels really skinny in hand and it just feels like it's going to come loose. Not at all. It's got like this coffin shaped handle that sweeps down and it's kind of narrow. It might almost be a little too narrow in there for my personal preference, but the fact that the handle thickens up behind it doesn't make it uncomfortable. I've had other knives that were kind of skinny here and then it was really wide here, and it just felt like I was being pushed down in it. One of them was the Koenig Arius. As much as I love that knife, it just feels like I'm pushed down in there in an uncomfortable fashion, and this does not do that. The taper on it's just about perfect for that. And like I said, the milling and everything on this, you really can't feel any transitions. You can see them, but with that micro milling, you really can't feel it at all. And then all of that carbon fiber has been done really well. The milling's nice and clean. It's nice and polished. The only concern I had at first was these lines. This was whether this was going to pinch and things like this because the pressure's on it. Sometimes you have milling underneath the pocket clip. It can be problematic. It is not. So we're going to have to see how this carries. You know, I do the first day in pockets for you guys because it gives me my initial first impressions. And then after that, we can get into, you know, a couple weeks of carry or a week or so of carry, because sometimes things change. I've had knives that came in and didn't like them at all, put them in my pocket first day, didn't like it, carried them for a few more days, and you're like, you know what, I've kind of changed my mind. So that's why we do these videos the way we do. So I did want to point out that this knife has a full backspacer. So they could have easily put a lanyard post in here. I like the keeping it clean without putting an actual lanyard hole in there. So guys, that's it. That's just kind of first impressions, first day of carry. Let's get this turned around and just do a couple final thoughts. So yeah, guys, as like I said, this is a very attractive knife and it has a incredibly useful blade shape. I've used it for a little bit of things around the house. We'll talk about that in the full review, but I have found very little things that I don't like about this knife so far. So I think this is going to be one of those ones that gets a rapid turnaround. It's going to get its review done. Or I'll like it so much during the review process that I'll put off doing the final review for a while so I get to carry it longer. So guys, that's it on this one. Just real quick, first day in pockets, kind of a first impressions kind of thing. If you like the videos, give them a thumbs up. If you don't like them, give them a thumbs down. I use that data to help me pick out what you guys do and don't like. But if you don't tell me what you don't like, I can't change it. So please just let me know if there's something you don't like in the videos. Other than that, if you want to support the channel, it's as simple as what I do a lot of times when I share other channels in the background. Just share the channel and the content with people you think would enjoy it. There, of course, is a damn airplane. What I'm trying to say before I get interrupted was like, guys, it's one of the best ways to support the channel is just share the channel with people you think would like it. And like, subscribe, and share is one of the best ways to support the channel. But if you do want to support the channel financially, I have a bunch of ways you can do it. I have the membership tab down in the description that gets you in on early access to videos, exclusive content based on tier, premium tier sharpening tutorial series, and you save $5 off per sharpening through my sharpening service. Other ways you can support the channel, I have affiliate links down below. Anything you purchase through that, I get a portion of the sale. It doesn't cost you anything at checkout. And also down below, there is a link to my merchandise store. And I've built you guys a coupon code for Ember Shirt Co. where my merchandise store is that saves you 10% at checkout anywhere on Ember Shirt Co. And that coupon code is CrazySharp. All one word, capital C, capital S, CrazySharp, saves you 10%. Guys, that's it. I love you all. Keep it clean in the comment section.
It makes it easier to moderate. I'm trying to fall off my stool here. If it's your birthday, happy birthday, and I will see you guys in the next video.